When he stepped down and he said that he was going to make immigration a big issue, it resonated beyond the Beltway. It's something where the average working class people don't feel things are going in their direction. They feel that jobs are going away from them. They feel that drugs are coming over this border. And it's not just the wall in Mexico. It's people coming to JFK Airport, overstaying their visas, and taking jobs away from working people.
Welcome back. It is a Table Talk edition of Liquid Lunch, and on Tuesdays we do Table Talk, and some of the best conversation you're ever going to have is sitting right around the kitchen table and talking to friends and family, sharing ideas, having a few cocktails, and we try to do all of that for you every single day. And at the table joining us today is Erin Sykes. She is one of my and Frankie's favoriteest guests.
Oh, yes.
She turns down other opportunities sometimes to grace us here at the table, and she doesn't usually have a drink with us, but we're going to get there.
She's a health fanatic, that's why.
She's a healthy.
We just need to do like green juice with the question.
All right. Put that next time Erin's on. Let's have some green drinks on set. So Erin, Frankie mentioned it in his open, but the big news is everyone's talking about Libra. I remember you were on maybe a month or so ago, and we were talking about why legislators were coming out against it. Trump's come out against crypto. Cuban came out the other day and said bananas are more of a currency than bitcoins. Everybody seems to be hating on it.
Yeah.
What's your take?
I mean, I don't hate on crypto as an overarching potential method of transaction. However, Libra in particular, I don't understand. I feel like it's not a full crypto. It's not, it's backed by Visa and MasterCard, and I think Facebook just pulled out, and all of this other. So it seems a bit chaotic to me.
Yeah, Libra is not a cryptocurrency. I kind of have some degree of subject matter expertise here. They call it a stable coin because it's backed by your actual money. But the cryptocurrency that's issued, the token or digital token that they call it, basically represents your money that they're holding in a purse for you somewhere else. It's sort of like Easy Pass a little bit. You prepay with Easy Pass, and they rip you off by collecting interest on your money for the whole month. It's similar to that. So they call it stable because it doesn't have the volatility of a cryptocurrency because it's actually backed by USD. But it's not a crypto. But it is a. What's happening here is this, Erin, and you give me your take on it. Consumers are getting crushed, and merchants are getting crushed by these processing fees. You get charged 3% for using your debit card, and then now the stores are passing it back to the client. The win for Facebook with Libra is by creating this coin that's backed by dollars, people can transact and no one gets hit for the transaction processing fees. So the bank lobby is really who's against this. You understand? They don't want that.
So then how is it behooving Visa and MasterCard to back something like Libra or a crypto if it's going to take away their bread and butter?
Well, I'll give you this. It's kind of like, you have like Altria and Philip Morris are owners of all these vape companies, right? So they know if it gets adoption and gets scale, then it could be an existential threat to their business. So it's the old, if you can't beat them, join them, right? They say we'll be in on it, and if it takes off and people start using their Visa less, well, then they're partners in Libra. So to me, it's like a hedge strategy. Does that make sense to you?
So I learned from you guys, but I know they had their first meeting yesterday of their governing board, and initially there were going to be 28 partners. Now they're down to only 21. 7 partners or member partners pulled out. I'm wondering if you think that shows that they're losing a little bit of momentum.
Well, I think that when it was first announced, when Libra first was announced, it was all about Facebook's coming out with a crypto is misleading because it's not a crypto and it's not just Facebook. And now Facebook's been, hit with a few other things in the last
Well, Mark
few
Zuckerberg's
months.
testifying before Congress next week.
And yeah, stuff like that is making other companies not necessarily want to jump in on anything new with Facebook when they're like the front runner. So I think it's a PR issue, and I think it's also like just not differentiated enough. We already have a dollar, and we have better crypto options. So
Yeah,
it
would seem like the easier strategy, and I know Congressman Warren Davidson suggested this, the easier strategy if they wanted to do this is just have them accept Bitcoin or one of the cryptocurrencies that's
Right.
already out there. Why reinvent the wheel? But you've got to tell us what
the volatility there's risk in the volatility of Bitcoin. 2 weeks ago it was 10,000. Today it's 8,300. So if you bought $1,000 worth of Bitcoin to spend on Facebook ads or products you see on Facebook, well, today you only have $830 in your account. So the volatility is what scares them. They're using stable coins because it's actually backed by your money. The win for Facebook is for cross-border transactions, which get even more difficult. You put money up with Facebook, they give you these tokens, you don't get charged the processing fees. And international people where, I was talking to John Falcone, he's the CEO of Vive Networks, and they have this huge online network, that's growing tremendously in Latin America. And YouTube and Facebook think that Latin America is like the biggest market, the growing market right now. So those cross-border transactions get even more expensive.
So, Erin, you've got to tell us what Walmart is doing with respect to groceries. It strikes me as pretty odd.
Well, so Walmart is now delivering groceries. We've had the opportunity to pick up groceries at the Walmart store, like order ahead, pick up for a while. Now they're rolling out this thing where they actually have access to your home through a smart lock that their employees have access to enter. Then they bring the groceries into your home when you're not there, and they fully reorganize your fridge.
Yeah. Oh, it's bad enough we're getting in cars with strangers. Now all of a sudden we're going to let strangers in our house to deliver us our organic food from strangers.
And we all know the training and level of sophistication of most Walmart workers, right?
And the thing is, so there is this rule where the worker has to have been an employee of Walmart for 1 year before they're allowed to have this role where they gain access to your home. But then there's other elements. There's things like dogs, animals, just like having this smart lock on your house where there's multiple key holders or entrants. It's a little borderline, huh?
This strikes me as an incredibly bad idea.
Yeah,
are people excited about this?
As a single male, I'm trying to have as few key holders to my home as possible. You know what I mean?
100%.
Like, who gives out keys to strangers?
No, and I don't like the smart lock concept
to
begin with because they can be hacked. It's it's on the interwebs. It can be hacked.
So you're not going to be promoting the smart locks on QVC or
sticking to shoes.
I noticed.
Well, wait a minute. Before we run out of time here, Rose, do we have that image that I purloined before the show? We're lucky enough to be Facebook friends, and this is the image that I saw on my news feed this morning.
Not Erin
from Erin
golf,
Sykes' Facebook page. Yes,
yes,
it is. Yes. Now look at this. Now look at this photo.
Do we have the photo?
And look at this photo and tell me what this. Oh, we don't have the photo.
don't have the
well,
I guess we almost
it's on
had
the
a photo.
Instagram
Yeah.
page.
Go to Erin Sykes'
There's a
Instagram
photo
page.
of Erin Sykes golfing, and then there's an ad for something. You look so incredible in this image. I don't know what this is a commercial for, but I bought 3 based on that code. I don't know what I bought.
Carbon38.com. You use the code M_360gift and you get 25% off your order. And I have to admit, the way that the photograph is organized, I'm not really golfing. I mean, there's a lot of hair.
Trust me, I'm not going to be. I wasn't golfing.
I was going to say something much more professional than Frank, since you're talking about how you looked in it, that I didn't think your golf stance was believable.
No, you're supposed to ground your feet when you putt.
I was wondering why you had the front foot up.
It makes your legs look better.
She was flexing the calf for Frankie. But,
thank you.
You know, Erin Sykes, she loves our new downtown studios because it's closer for her to get here. So hopefully we're going to have a lot more from her on the show. But thank you for coming down and joining us.
Great to see you guys.
And the golf game needs a little work, but everything else, she's always on the money. Our guests are on the money every single day. The guys and girls who know where the rubber meets the road are right here. We're going to take a quick break and come back at you with more of a great show on this Table Talk Tuesday.